Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevai Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 11, the Vedic Kirtan pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, text 118 onwards. Yada yamanu grinati bhagwan atma bhavita sajahati matim loke vede cha parinishtitam. When one is inspired by the Lord who is sitting in everyone's heart, he does not care for social custom or Vedic regulative principles. So, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is explaining the nature of the devotees. Because King Maharaj Prataprudra asked him, why are the devotees not going to Jagannath temple to see Jagannath? They're going to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to see Mahaprabhu first. And then why are they eating over there? Well, how come so much prasadam is going on? They're not going to fast? And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying, well, if Mahaprabhu is asking them to eat, they cannot say no. God himself is asking them. And now he says, previous verse, he said, the man to whom the Lord shows his mercy by inspiring him within the heart takes shelter only of Lord Krishna and abandons all Vedic and social customs. And when one is inspired by the Lord, who is sitting in everyone's heart, it doesn't care for social custom or Vedic regulative principles. But this saying of when one is inspired by the Lord is sitting in everyone's heart. It's not like we can always claim, oh, I was inspired by the Lord to do this. Lord told me to do this. No. We have to be at that level of devotion and that level of connection with the Lord where we can assume or say that the Lord told me to do this. It's very tricky actually. People make mistakes and they blame it on the, oh, Lord told me to do this. Like I once gave my Govardhan Shila for some painter to paint at Radhakund, and he didn't do the painting, he didn't even do whatever I told him. He just did exactly something different. And he said, oh, this is how Lord told me to do. I said, Lord is telling me to slap you right now. Should I go ahead and do it? Well, what kind of nonsense is it? You're not doing what I'm telling you to do, and then you're blaming it on the Lord. So one got to be very careful. Yes, Lord can inspire, but are we really listening? Are we really in tune with the Lord? We have to see that. This instruction was given by Narad Goswami to King Prachin Barhi in connection with the story of Puranjan. Here Narad implies that without the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot extricate himself from the fruitive activities that are under the jurisdiction of the Vedas. In previous verses, Narad admits that even personalities like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Manu, Prajapatis, four Kumaras, Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kritu, Bhrigu, Vashishtha, and even Narad himself could not properly receive the causeless mercy of the Lord. So it's not that easy that we can claim something like that. But those associates of Mahaprabhu, devotees of Mahaprabhu, they did exactly what Mahaprabhu inspired them to do, because they were very purely connected with the Lord. Tabe Raja Attalika, Haite Talite Aila, Kashi Mishra Padicha Patra, Duhe Anaila. After this, King Prataprudra came down from the top of his palace to the ground and called for Kashi Mishra and the inspector of the temple. प्रतापरुद्र आज्ञा दिला से दुई जाने प्रभु स्थाने आशी आचेन यत प्रभु गाने सबारे स्वच्छंद वासा स्वच्छंद प्रसाद स्वच्छंद दर्शन करैला नाहे ये न बाध. Maharaj Prataprudra then told both Kashi Mishra and the temple inspector, provide all the devotees and associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with comfortable residences, convenient eating facilities for prasadam, and convenient visiting arrangements at the temple, so that there will not be any difficulty. Prabhu Ragya Paliha Duhe Savadhana Haya Agya Nahe Tabu Kariya Ingita Bujhiya. The orders of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must be carefully carried out. Although the Lord may not give direct orders, you are still to carry out his desires simply by understanding his indications. So this is another symptom of a devotee, that he tries, or he understands and desires what the Lord really wants, what's in his heart, without him even saying it. That's a devotee. No speculation, although no making up his own stories, understanding the heart of the Lord. Etabali vidaye dila sei dui jane sarvabhauma dekhite aila Vaishnava milane. Saying this, the king gave them permission to leave. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also went to see the assembly of all the Vaishnavas. Gopinathacharya Bhattacharya Sarvabhauma Dure rahi dekhe Prabhur Vaishnava milan. From a distant place, Gopinathacharya and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya watched the meeting of all the Vaishnavas with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Simhandwara Dahine Chadi, Sab Vaishnav Gana, Kashi Mishra Griha Pathe Karila Gama. Beginning from the right side of the lion gate, or the main gate of the temple, all the Vaishnavas began to proceed towards the house of Kashi Mishra. Hena kale Mahaprabhu nij gana sange, Vaishnave milila asi pathe bahurange. So house of Kashi Mishra was at Gambhira, where we visited. In the meantime, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, accompanied by his personal associates, met all the Vaishnavas on the road with great jubilation. Advaita Karila Prabhu Charana Vandana Acharera Kaila Prabhu Prema Lingana. First, Advaita Acharya offered prayers to the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord immediately embraced him in ecstatic love. Premanande haila duhe paramasthira samay dekhiya Prabhu haila kichuthira. Indeed, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Advaita Acharya displayed agitation due to ecstatic love. Seeing the time and circumstance, however, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained patient. Shrivasadi Karila Prabhu Charana Vandana Pratyeke Karila Prabhu Prema Lingana. After this, all the devotees headed by Srivas Thakur offered prayers to the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord embraced each and every one of them in great love and ecstasy. Eke eke sarva bhakte kaila sambhashana sabalaya abhyantare karila gamana. The Lord addressed all the devotees one after another and took all of them with him into the house. Mishrera avasha se hai alpasthana asankhya vaishnavataha aila parimana. Since the residence of Kashi Mishra was insufficient, all the assembled devotees were very much overcrowded. Apana nikate Prabhu sabha vasaila apani Shri haste sabare malya gandha dila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made all the devotees sit at his side, and with his own hand he offered them garlands and sandalwood pulp. Bhattacharya Acharya tabe Mahaprabhur sthane yatha yogya milila sabhakara sane. After this, Gopinath Acharya and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya met all the Vaishnavas at the place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a befitting manner. Advaitere kahin Prabhu madhur vachane, aji ami purna hailan, tomara gamane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addressed Advaita Acharya Prabhu saying sweetly, my dear sir, today I have become perfect because of your arrival. अद्वैत कहे ईश्वरेर यही स्वभाव हाय यद्यपि आपने पूर्ण सर्वैश्वर्य माया तथापि भक्त संगे है सुखोल्लास भक्त संगे करे नित्य विविध विलास. Advaitacharya Prabhu replied, this is a natural characteristic of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although he is personally complete and full in all opulences, he takes transcendental pleasures in the association of his devotees, with whom he has variety of eternal pastimes. They both are Supreme Personality of Godhead. Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu, Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And see, Advaita Acharya, he's saying, you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Mahaprabhu is telling him, because I've seen you, I've become perfect now. वासुदेव देखी प्रभु आनंदित हाया तारे किचु कहे तारा अंगे हस्त दिया. As soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Vasudeva Datta, the older brother of Mukund Datta, he immediately became very happy. Placing his hand on his body, began to speak. Yadyapi Mukunda ama sange shishu haite taha taha haite adhik shukha sukh tomare dekhite. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, although Mukunda is my friend from childhood, I nonetheless take greater pleasure in seeing you than in seeing him. Vasudeva Datta was the older brother of Mukunda Datta, who was a childhood friend of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is naturally a great pleasure to see a friend, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed Vasudeva Datta that although it was his pleasure to see his friend, his pleasure was increased by seeing the older brother. Vasu kahe Mukundado, paila tomar sanga, tomar charane paila sei punarjan. Vasudeva replied, Mukunda got your association in the beginning. As such, he has taken shelter at your lotus feet. That is his transcendental rebirth. Chota haya Mukundeve haila amar jeshta, tomar kripa patra, tate sarvagune shreshta. Thus Vasudeva Datta admitted his inferiority to Mukunda, his younger brother. Although Mukunda is my junior, he said, he first received your favor. Consequently, he became transcendently senior to me. Besides that, you very much favored Mukunda. Thus, he is superior in all good qualities. So this is the actual definition of superior, so senior or junior. One who has more mercy of the Lord, one who is more dear to the Lord is senior or superior. Puna Prabhu kahe ami tomar nimite dui pustak ani achi dakin haite. The Lord said, for your sake only I have brought 2 books from South India. Swarupera thai ache lahata likhiya Vasudeva Anandita pustaka paiya. The books are being kept with Swarup Damodar, and you can get them copied. Hearing this, Vasudeva became very glad. प्रत्येक वैष्णव सभे लिखी अलाई क्रमे क्रमे दुई ग्रंथ सर्वत्र व्यापी. Had indeed each and every Vaishnava copied the 2 books. By and by, the 2 books, the Brahm Samhita and Shri Krishna Karnamrita by Bill Mangal Thakur, were broadcast all over India. Shrivasade kahe Prabhu kari mahaprita tomar chari bhaira ami ainu vikrita. The Lord addressed Shrivas and his brothers with great love and affection, saying, I am so obliged that I am purchased by you 4 brothers. Shrivas kahen kene kaha viparita kripa mulya chari bhai tomar krita. Shrivas then replied to the Lord, "Why are you speaking in a contradictory way? Rather, we four brothers have been purchased by your mercy." शंकर देखिया प्रभु कहे दामोदरे सगौरव प्रीति आमार तुम्हारा उपारे. After seeing Shankar, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Damodar, "My affection for you is on the platform of awe and reverence." Here the Lord is addressing Damodar Pandit, who is different from Sarup Damodar. Damodar Pandit is elder brother of Shankar. Thus the Lord informed Damodar that his affection toward him was on the platform of awe and reverence. However, the Lord's affection toward his younger brother Shankar was on the platform of pure love. So the Lord really respected Damodar Pandit. शुद्ध केवल प्रेम शंकर उपारे अतः तुम्हारे संगे राखा है शंकर. Therefore, keep your younger brother Shankar with you because he is connected to me by pure, unalloyed love. दामोदर कहे शंकर छोटा आमा भाई ते एवे आमार बड़ा भाई तुम्हारा कृपा ते. Damodar Pandit replied, "Shankar is my younger brother, but from today he becomes my elder brother because of your special mercy upon him." शिवानंदे कहे प्रभु तुम्हारा माते गाढ़ अनुराग है जानी आगे हाई थे. Then turning toward Shivanand saying, the Lord said, "I know that from the very beginning your affection for me has been very great." Shuni Shivananda Sena Prema Vishtahaya Dandavatahaya Pade Shloka Padiya. Immediately upon hearing this, Shivanand Sen became absorbed in ecstatic love and fell down on the ground, offering obeisances to the Lord. He then began to recite the following verse. Nimajato ananta bhavar navantas chiraye me kulam ivashila badha tvayapi labdham bhagwan idanim anutamam patram idam dayaya. O my Lord, O unlimited one, although I was merged in the ocean of nations, I have now, after a long time, attained you, just as one may attain the seashore. My dear Lord, by getting me, you have obtained the right person upon whom to bestow your causeless mercy. This is verse 21 from Stotra Ratna, composed by Ala Bandaru Yamunacharya. One's relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead may be re-established even after one has fallen into the ocean of nescience or ignorance, which is the ocean of material existence involving the repetition of birth, death, old age, and disease, all arising out of the acceptance of the material body. Thus, there are 8.4 million species of material life, but in the human body, one attains a chance to get released from the repetition of birth and death. When one becomes a Lord's devotee, he is rescued from this dangerous ocean of birth and death. The Lord is always prepared to shower his mercy upon fallen souls, struggling against miserable material conditions. As Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Mame Vansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatan. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. Thus, every living being is struggling hard in this material nature. Actually, the living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and when he surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he attains release from the ocean of birth and death. The Lord, being very kind to fallen souls, is always anxious to get the living entity out of the ocean of nations. If the living entity understands his position and surrenders to the Lord, his life becomes successful. So this is how we make our life successful, by surrendering unto the Lord and getting his mercy. And here he says, I was merged in the ocean, but after attaining you, I have come to the seashore. It means now I'm saved. I'm not struggling or sinking in the ocean. or drowning in the ocean. I've been saved. So this is the actual success in life. Not that we keep on drowning and we keep on swimming and in the ocean, and then when we are drowning, oh, I'm a failure. And when we somehow succeed in floating on water, oh, I'm such a big man, I'm such a great man, I'm such a successful, powerful man. But material ocean is so big. Even if for one lifetime we do good, materially, whether money wise or physical strength wise or any other way, it doesn't mean anything. But this is what people don't understand. We don't understand. प्रथमे मुरारी गुप्त प्रभुर न मिलिया बाहिरे ते पड़ी आछे दंडवत हाया. Murari Gupta at first did not meet the Lord, but rather remained outside the door, falling down like a stick to offer obeisances. Murari na dekhiya Prabhu kare anveshana, Murari laite dhaya ila bahujan. When Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not see Murari amongst the devotees, he inquired upon him. Thereupon many people immediately went to Murari, running to take him to the Lord. तृण दुई गुच्छा मुरारी दशने धरिया Mahaprabhu आगे गेला दैन्याधीन आया. Thus Murari Gupta, catching two bunches of straw in his teeth, went before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with humility and meekness. Murari देखिया प्रभु आइला मिली थे पाछे भाग्य मुरारी लागिला कही थे. Upon seeing Murari come to see him, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went up to him. Thus Murari began to run away and speak as follows. मोरे ना चुनीहा प्रभु मुई तपामर तुम्हार स्पर्श योग्य ना है पाप कलेवर. My Lord, please do not touch me. I'm most abominable. I'm not fit for you to touch because my body is sinful. प्रभु कहे मुरारी कर दैन्य संवरण तुम्हार दैन्य देखी मोर विदीर्ण है मन. The Lord said, my dear Murari, please refrain from unnecessary humility. My mind is disturbed to see your meekness. Etabali Prabhu tare kaila alingana nikate vasaya kare anga samarjana. Saying this, the Lord embraced Murari and had him sit down by his side. The Lord then began to cleanse his body with his own hands. So, wonderful description going on, but I guess we have to stop here. See, anybody has any questions or comments? So, Prabhu, Vinay Prabhu, how was your visit to the temple?
Prabhuji, it was an incident like after Papa, my father passed away, right? So 1 year उनका anniversary वो होगा 27 जून को. So we are about to arrange a श्रीमद् भगवत कथा at home. तो उसके लिए ना एक महाराज जी हैं ज्ञानचंद्र द्विवेदी जी, उनसे बातचीत के लिए गए थे. अयोध्या में ही वो वास करते हैं. तो उनसे बात करने गया था. वापसी में मुझे ऐसा फील हुआ ना कि ऐसा तो लग रहा था 2-3 दिन से काफी भीड़ थी, पर मैंने सोचा कि अयोध्या जी आए हुए हैं तो फिर बिना दर्शन किए कैसे जा सकते. तो मैं ऐसे ही वो ना एंट्रेंस पे गया और वहां पे काफी पुलिस बैरिकेडिंग वहां थी. तो मैंने पूछा कि अंदर काफी भीड़ है क्या. उन्होंने कहा नहीं नहीं, अभी तो ऐसे ही चले ही जा रहे हैं लोग, जाके सीधे दर्शन हो रहा है. तो मैंने ट्राई कर लिया, अंदर गया तो फिर लॉकर में सामान वगैरह रखे आराम से, मतलब विदाउट एनी, ऐसा कहीं नहीं कि कहीं पे क्यू लगाना पड़ा, कहीं पे लाइन लगी हुई है, नहीं कुछ भी नहीं. लोग थे ऐसा नहीं, बट चलते हुए, मतलब दे वर जस्ट पासिंग बाय. इट्स नॉट दैट कहीं पे लोग लगे हुए हैं, 1 घंटे का क्यू है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. दर्शन हुआ प्रभु जी, इट वाज अद्भुत. मतलब क्या बताए, इतना मन थोड़ा सा वैसा हो गया था, थोड़ा भावुक हो गया था देख के कि वो ना वो, बिकॉज वी नो कि वहां पे जहाँ पे वो बना है वो कितने सेक्रीफाइस के बाद बना है वो.
हाँ,
तो
वो तो है ही है.
है ना। तो इनफैक्ट मैं बताऊं आपको प्रभु जी, मेरी बुआ जी जो है ना घर में, ये जब बाबरी मस्जिद इंसिडेंट हुआ था तो दे वर इन जेल फॉर अ फ्यू डेज, बिकॉज हमने कुछ लोगों को ना, कम्युनिटीज को हमने घर में शरण दी थी कि
ओके।
आप लोग का खाना वगैरह हम लोग यहाँ पे कर देंगे। काफी लोग विचलित थे, इधर उधर भाग रहे थे। तो
हाँ।
फिर जो मतलब जो, हाँ, दादर कम्युनिटी के लोग ना, उनको थोड़ा सा डर हो गया था कि क्या होगा। तो जिनको हम जानते थे उनको हमने शरण दे के खाना वगैरह, वहाँ पे भोजन वगैरह की व्यवस्था की थी। तो उसमें जानकारी मिल गई थी पुलिस वगैरह को। तो बुआ जी वगैरह के घर में ना फिर वो लेके गए थे, फिर एक आध दो दिन के बाद फिर छोड़ दिया था। तो सबका कुछ ना कुछ योगदान यहाँ पे अयोध्या में है प्रभु जी, हम लोगों का जो भी थे यहाँ पे। तो वो थोड़ा सा मन भावुक हुआ, लेकिन वो उनका जो विग्रह देखा प्रभु जी, इट इज ऑसम। बहुत ही सुंदर, बहुत सुंदर
चलो
उनका।
दैट।
और मतलब जो मंदिर बना है, इट इज एब्सोल्युटली पूरा डिफरेंट है प्रभु जी। एक प्रीमियम लुक आता है कि भाई कुछ अलग बना है, कुछ अलग बना
ये
हुआ
ये तो पिक्चर से ही पता चल रहा है, बट ऑब्वियसली जाके
है।
ज्यादा अच्छा पता चलेगा।
जी। और प्रॉपर वहां पे सारी पूरी सर्विसेज ही वैसी है प्रभु जी। लॉकर सिस्टम, इतने लॉकर बनाए हुए हैं कि किसी को प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी। अपना सामान आराम से रखिए। शू रैक्स बनाए
ओके।
हुए हैं वहां पे, आप रख के फिर आराम से जाइए, दर्शन करिए, प्रसाद लीजिए, और प्रसाद लेके फिर आप वापस।
और अभी तो मतलब आई थिंक पार्ट 1 ही, फेज 1 हुआ है, अभी तो और फेजेस बनने हैं।
हाँ जी। उद्यान
हाँ।
बनेगा प्रभु जी, उद्यान प्रॉपर। एक म्यूजियम भी बनने की बात हो रही है। अभी काफी इनके
हाँ,
पास
एक
जमीन
एक
तो बहुत
वीडियो आया है, वो सर्कुलेट हो रहा है कि क्या क्या बनने वाला है उधर। इट्स अमेजिंग।
है। जी जी जी। और प्रभु जी मैं ना, कल कौन नहीं आया था, मतलब किस एरिया से लोग नहीं आए थे, मैं एकदम बगल से लोगों को देख रहा था। महाराष्ट्र से, गुजराती है, राजस्थानी है, सारे जगह के लोग। और शाम को क्या रौनक लगती है वहां पे, पूरा फेयर की तरह एकदम। एक ही कलर के शॉप्स, सारे जितने शॉप्स बनाए ऐसे लग रहे हैं मंदिर है। और किनारे छोटे छोटे मंदिर है, उसके अंदर शॉप्स है। तो
अरे
मतलब,
वाह।
और रोड चौड़ी चौड़ी हो गई है, तो एक अलग ही व्यू है यहाँ अयोध्या का।
आई नो।
और मल्टी लेवल पार्किंग बन गया है। दो या दो है शायद मल्टी लेवल पार्किंग। तो
अरे वाह।
सारा कुछ है, सारा कुछ है प्रभु जी। राम जी की कृपा से हो गया सब कुछ बस।
पर यही यही चीज मैं बता रहा दोस्तों को, मैंने कहा हम तो कंस्ट्रक्शन लाइन में ना, 3 साल में इतना कंस्ट्रक्शन होना, ये कोई मजाक बात नहीं है।
इम्पॉसिबल है प्रभु जी।
वाकई इम्पॉसिबल है। कैसे हो सकता है 3 साल में।
प्रभु जी उन्हीं की, राम जी
अमेजिंग।
की कृपा से हुआ।
हाँ। और ये तो
अब एक
टेम्पल
और
का ही है, बाकी एयरपोर्ट बना, रोड्स,
हम्म,
ब्रिजेस, हॉस्पिटल्स, होटल्स, पता नहीं क्या क्या तो बना दिया है। रेलवे स्टेशन।
हम्म। अब देखिए, होटल्स में रेडिसन पार्क इन तो आ ही गया है, वो तो चल ही रहा है। और भी आ
हाँ।
रहे हैं, तो चार पांच और आएंगे। बाकी कोई ऐसा आउटलेट नहीं है प्रभु जी जो नहीं है, जो इंडिया में लीडिंग है। मतलब पिज्जा कह ले, डोमिनोज है, पिज्जा हट आ गया है। और जितनी भी शॉपिंग मॉल्स जो दिल्ली वगैरह बड़े सिटीज में, वो आ गई है। यहाँ भी है, वी मार्ट है यहाँ
तो
पे, और भी मेगा
हाँ, आनी
शॉप है।
ही है। आनी ही है, उनको पता है
हाँ।
कस्टमर यहाँ है तो फिर।
मैं बताऊं प्रभु जी, एक शॉप अयोध्या में कोई ले रहा है अगर, छोटा सा शॉप, तो द सिक्योरिटी मनी विल बी 40 lakhs।
वाह।
40 lakhs सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट, एंड देन यू पे फॉर योर रेंट और वट एवर। इतना, और प्रॉपर्टी की वैल्यू भी बहुत हाई है वहां पे, अगर आप प्लॉट वगैरह लेते हैं तो बहुत ही हाई है। मतलब नेक्स्ट टू
बाप रे।
रीच है।
चलो गुड, अयोध्या
तो
का तो एकदम कायाकल्प हो गया।
हाँ प्रभु जी, अब आपके साथ चल रहे हैं प्रभु जी, सब आएंगे। आप सब
आई
जब
नो।
आएंगे तो
मेरे को तो आना है भाई, अगले ट्रिप में डेफिनेटली आना है।
आप सब लोग आएंगे तो बहुत आनंद और आएगा, बहुत मजा आएगा।
या या दैट बी ग्रेट। चलो ठीक है।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण ब्रो, जय श्री राम।
जय श्री प्रभु।
प्रभु जी।